Foodies Radio! This week we've got Bam Margera, and we're going to also be talking about weird food.
Talking sound, here we go. We're just resting on the floor, just trying to avoid the light. Another show, another night. Portland, Oregon, here we come. We're just outlaws on the run, just robbing the stage of other bands, and just trying to steal the bands. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with nothing. This is all I got, and I got what I want, and I will always have the memory. Talking sound, here we go. We're just sleeping on the floor, just build up after last night, but we'll never lose sight. Vancouver, Canada, here we are. Another stage, another scar. My voice inside of my soul. I can't wait to rock and roll. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with nothing. This is all I got, and I got what I want, and I will always have the memories. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if it's up with nothing. Talking sound, here we go. Now we're stronger than before. Just driving 10 hours a night. Just another day into our life. My second home we always miss. San Diego with cannabis. We see the good and the bad. The laugh of brothers in the band. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with nothing. This is all I got, and I got what I want, and I will always have the memory. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with nothing. This is all I got, and I got what I want, and I will always have the memory. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if I end up with nothing. If this is all I got, and I got what I want, and I will always have the memories. I don't care if I don't care if I don't care if it's up with nothing. I don't care if I end up with nothing. I will always have the memory.
It's Punk Rock Foodies Radio, your one-stop shop for everything punk rock, food, and that's pretty much it. With Xander T, Steve Guerrero, Brian Reinhardt, and Skate Rat Betty. Here's your host, Kevin Wells.
Welcome to another episode of Punk Rock Foodies Radio. That was Ekin is Dead with Tour Map. My name is Kevin Wells.
What up? This is Steve Guerrero.
Yo, it's Skate Rat Betty.
And I'm Xander T, the asshole in charge at Punk Rock Foodies. Punk Rock Foodies is a Facebook group on Facebook. We like to show pictures of food that we've created or we're about to eat at some kick-ass restaurants.
Is it a Facebook group on Twitter?
No, I mean, it could be linked to Twitter.
So it actually is a Facebook group on Facebook. You weren't fucking around.
Nope, I did not. I don't lie. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But you should come check it out. It's an open group. We've got some really awesome people posting some amazing fucking pictures of food. And we all love punk rock music, and you must too, or else you wouldn't be listening to this. And speaking of punk rock music, before we get into the great show that we have planned, here is The Queers with Punk Rock Girls.
Yummy, yummy punk rock girls. Yummy, yummy punk rock girls. Yummy, yummy punk rock girls. Yummy, yummy punk rock girls. I wish they had were punk rock girls. The smartest of the smartest and the sweetest of the sweetest and the most. Me and Dr. Frank have both decided that we love them more than toast. I wish they'd let me share their bubble gum and let me hang with them and life would be so fun. I should be sedated cause my heart is all inflated. I guess I gotta get me one or two. Yummy, yummy punk rock girls. 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 I wish they all were punk rock girls. I don't know where I'm going, but I know just where I'd like to be. With my punk rock girlfriend kissing me. Let's go! There's no coolest night I've ever lived. Too much of everything and everyone is in. Well, don't get hot and bothered, listen, I know I got both. I also know just what this could be when it's yummy, yummy punk rock girls. 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 I wish they all were punk rock girls. Cha cha cha.
You're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio, and that was RKL with Tribute to the Jester.
And I'm going to talk about having foods and having them step up and try something that's crazy that you haven't, that's just a fucking bizarre food. And, we're going to go through down the line here, but I don't know. Kevin, you want to start off here and come back to me on this one?
I haven't really eaten many bizarre foods in my life. I'm kind of a shitty piggy eater in regards to that kind of stuff. I did have alligator one time in Florida, but that's not really...
It's not that bizarre.
That's weird to my part of the country, but that's not weird to, say, skate rats or Xander's part of the country.
I was going to say, that's weird to other people I've noticed. That's just on every menu here.
Yeah. I've had alligator a number of times.
Is
it good?
It's in my freezer.
The way I had it was prepared and looked like popcorn chicken, like fried.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to one piece that just wouldn't break down. Like you just kept chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing and chewing, and that kind of turned me off from it. I didn't have any more after that. But I ate a bunch of it right up before that one piece, and it was good.
Well, and if you overcook it, the more you cook it, the chewier it gets. It's like rubber bands.
Like my dad, when I lived in Florida, my dad went gator hunting. He got a 10-footer, and the only meat he was allowed to keep, he was only allowed to keep like so much meat, but like it was like the jowl meat. And he gave me some of it, and it's just watery, it seemed.
Yeah.
The tail, too, my dad goes every year, and so does my brother-in-law now, too, but that's usually where I get my tails from. But
get a little tail.
I actually, they have some skins. I'm still waiting on a wallet. But
nice. Yeah, it's, like weird foods.
But then again, for Xander, us eating chilaquiles apparently is pretty weird.
Well, it's not weird. It's just something I never heard of. Like my weird.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Down here in Southern California, you go to some of the Mexican taco shops, and they get deeper in the menu, and they got like goat and cow brains, and I've had both of those. Goat was a really game. I didn't dig it at all, but cow brains, it was actually pretty good. It had like a good little snap to it, and it was braised really well, so it took up all the red chili kind of salsa that it had been cooking with. But those kind of things, you can find some weird stuff. When you go like the deeper parts of the Hispanic cities, and like if you go deep in Santa Ana, you're gonna find some crazy shit like that.
I guess the cabeza tacos could be considered kind of crazy. The face meat off the cow.
Yeah, but
that's kind of.
I hear that jowl meat.
they do that with fish.
What's that?
They do that with fish here too. Like grouper cheeks and stuff are really popular.
But I hear like the cheek meat is like the best.
Fish face tacos.
Fish face tacos.
Better than duck face tacos.
AJ.
Yeah.
No, but I hear like that jowl meat, like that the cheek meat is like the best, like a roast pig, and I've never had it, but I mean I've had roast pig. We've had them like my high school graduation, my brother's high school graduations. We've always gotten a roast pig, and I've never tasted that jowl meat, but apparently it's like fucking unbelievable.
Did you fill up on the anus?
Oh wait, no, no.
The anus, and by the time I got to the face meat, I was just too full.
I'm sorry. I thought you said
Hard calamari.
I thought you said, did you fill up the anus, not on the anus? So yeah, no, I filled up the anus.
Well, I assume you did that before you roasted
Well,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Dude, pig anus, Kansas calamari, dude. So good.
Bone in.
Well, but but speaking of pig, I would have to say my weirdest thing that I've ever eaten. I had a salad one time. That was a Caesar salad.
Just that kind of salad.
It was like that's it. It was
That's weird.
fucking weird. I didn't get it. It was lettuce. There was like cheese on it. It was fucking weird. No, but one of the things on it was crispy pig's ears.
What? Like
Yeah.
you give your dog?
No, yeah, well that's what Kevin said whenever I posted the photo. But no, they were like they bread and fried them and then sliced them up, or sliced them up and bread and fried them.
Yeah.
But they were really fucking good. In fact, I regret giving one to the table next to us because they were asking about it. And I was like, yeah, here, try it. It's delicious. And I'm like, I wish I would have had that one more bite,
In that pathetic interview that you guys either heard last week or you'll hear next week.
Or this week.
He talks about the chef in his restaurant. Like, that's his philosophy is that you don't waste any part of the cow.
Well,
so whatever animal he makes or he prepares, he has parts of it. Like he uses every part of it and all that stuff. So that's why you have like the bone marrow creme brulee and that type of stuff.
And that's what this restaurant was. They were like, what do they call it? Like nose to tail. It was like they did everything. Yeah. But Steve, you were going to say...
Yeah, no, I've had pig ears too, and I had them like julienne over. I forgot what it was, but man, they were good. They reminded me of chicharrones, which is like fried pig skin. But they're a little saltier, a little tougher, and it was delicious. It still had like a little meatiness.
Yeah, this had chicharrones on it too, the salad.
Cool.
It was a good combination.
I don't know if I can hang with the like after giving a dog the pig ear. I don't know that I can partake in it as well.
I'm with you.
It would take a lot of alcohol for me to get into that, I think.
I honestly have never tried pork belly either. My husband has brought home pork rinds or whatever, like the potato.
The chicharrones. That's what basically.
I don't like them. I don't know why.
Well, pork belly is different than the chicharrones.
Yeah, pork rind and pork belly are way two different things. Yeah.
Pork belly I've had really good, and then I've had it really bad where it tasted like the bottom of like a shoe. Just like super tough and like just horrible.
To me, it's always tasted like really good bacon. I've always had, and it's been pretty good.
See, I do love bacon, but like I don't like pork tenderloins or anything. I mean, I'll eat pork chops and bacon, and pretty much that's.
See, I won't even eat pork chops anymore.
The belly, I think, looks weird when you cook it. I've seen it cooked in restaurants that I've worked in, and it's like a White Castle burger. I could never get over the look to eat it, but.
I didn't like the White Castle, the ones you get, the frozen ones that are in the little plastic wrappers that you microwave and they come out wet and just shitty. I still like them.
You're so punk rock.
That's the only kind we can get out here. White Castle's not on the West Coast, right?
No, yeah. I've had the regular ones out in Chicago.
I had them
St.
in
Louis.
Kentucky. Yeah.
Michigan.
You guys ever tried a foie gras?
Yes, I had foie gras. I had foie gras for the first time. It was last Valentine's Day. It was like this prefix menu. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking go for it. And it was fucking delicious. But again, that's like, I feel like that's one of those dishes that's just been, it's such a popular dish that it's not really that weird.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's 10 years ago it would have been, but right now, no, it's kind of like trendy and shit. But I've had it too. And I don't know. I didn't see what the big fuss was. I was like, all right, cool, I've had it.
I mean, there's that argument about the way that they make it and how they like mistreat the fucking, what are they, geese or ducks or whatever, that they've like force feed them to get that, their liver enlarged, and I don't know.
Veal is delicious.
Veal is fantastic.
I'm sorry. There's a farm out here. You have to drive by and they have them stake. How they say they stake them out so they can't walk and all that other shit. They really do that. This guy doesn't hide it. His stuff is on the side of the highway. Like these little baby cows are out there, and they have like a little shady spot where they can chill for just a minute. But it's
just
like they have to get, it's like
time in the yard
or something, or you can't say they're free range. Yeah, it's like chickens too. But
you know what?
I drive by there all the time, and I'm like, oh god.
I know I'm going to piss off like some vegans and vegetarians when I say this, but we're at the top of the food chain, and that's what we raise them for. It's not like
cows are food.
It's not like we're pulling wild cows out of their natural environment and then killing them and turning them into burgers. I mean, I've never seen a wild cow on the side of the road.
I learned about veal as a kid, and that kind of weirded me out about veal, and I've never had it because of that. But then I heard that lamb is kind of pretty much the same thing, but with lamb. And I have no qualms eating lamb.
Lamb is delicious, too.
I draw the line solely at veal, and that's it. Everything else.
Well, like there's shit I'll make, and it's like a veal thing. Like I've got a veal piccata recipe. I just make it with chicken, because chicken's cheaper than veal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, what the fuck?
The other day I was watching the cooking show and I saw them do a country fried lamb chop.
Ooh.
And I was like, what the fuck? Whoa.
Wow.
They look good. I gotta try that. That's definitely on. As soon as I get some money to get some lamb chops.
Now that sounds like good food as opposed to weird food.
Weird.
Punk rock.
I'll be really weird eating it.
Have you ever I was telling my daughters that we were going to talk about weird food, and my youngest Zoe, she said, because we had, what the fuck did we make? I made chicken, like chicken tenders, just grilled chicken tenders, and she wouldn't finish it, and so I started dipping it into ranch and sriracha, and she was all like, "Ooh, that's gross." And then she had some apple that she was done with, and I dipped the apple into the ranch and sriracha, and so like she said I should talk about that because that's the weirdest food. But you know, she's fucking 7 years old. So what do you expect? She didn't even eat her apple, bitch.
It's gonna get a lot weirder, sweetie.
But
oh man.
yeah, I guess
You guys ever had any weird drinks?
A cement mixer.
never had one of those. I've done the
Tequila with a lime in it, but never ate the lime. Or I mean, lime. Tequila with the worm in
I
it,
was like,
but never ate the
yeah.
worm.
You never ate the worm?
No, but I don't use lime for the shots of tequila either.
I don't use anything. I don't use training wheels with my tequila.
I had tequila with rattlesnake in it once. That was pretty crazy. You could definitely. It was kind of smoky. Really.
With
heavy.
what?
Rattlesnake.
Do rattlesnakes smoke a lot?
No, it was just a big rattlesnake sitting at the
Oh,
bottom
sitting
of
at-
the
yeah,
tequila
yeah.
barrel.
Damn.
See, I've eaten rattlesnake. Speaking of weird foods, I've eaten rattlesnake, but I don't consider it weird because it tasted just like fucking chicken nuggets. It might have even been chicken, and they just false advertise it. But no, I'd say one of the weirdest drinks I had, I guess, would be like the it's called a greasy, sweaty Mexican.
Whoa.
And Steve got a shower, so we know we're not talking about him.
Boy, this is awkward.
It's a shot of tequila with hot sauce.
That's what you guys do when I'm not here.
It's a hookah. It's a shot of tequila with hot sauce and mayonnaise in it.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Oh wait, waitress, can we get a round of those?
So-
yeah, we're drinking here at the Pig
Greasy,
Vision.
sweaty
They got it on
Mexicans.
deck.
I'd
Well,
be voting against immigration reform too if I ever had that drink. Jesus. No, don't let them in our country. They're gonna bring that.
Well, we have oyster shooters here, and that's really popular. I love oysters, so I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, honestly, that's probably the same consistency as a spoonful of mayonnaise.
I can't stand oysters,
Shot, but
and I've tried them. I've tried them fried, and I'm just
I
like,
love
nope.
oyster- I hate them cooked.
Rachel loves oysters. My dad loves oysters.
Yeah.
Like,
I've had oysters and pasta. That was pretty good.
I will say, my brother made oysters Rockefeller one time when I was visiting. They
No.
were really good.
Yeah,
That was clams.
that's good too.
No, that was clam. Big difference. But
Yeah.
Well, and I've had escargot those a few times. Those are pretty good. The little snails.
I've had escargot for Christmas Eve dinner my entire life. So that's nothing.
Yeah.
Even my daughters, they love it.
Yeah.
it's good.
And
I've
caviar
had
ones.
it too.
Yeah. See, I think like when you think like weird foods, you know, I think what we would consider maybe a little off is just really not that weird. Like, but like when you're thinking like a pig's anus, you know, or
When you're thinking like a pig's anus, you can get a lot of shit done.
My wife chimed in and she said she had a century egg, and that shit sounds fucking gnarly. I had to read up on it, and it's preserved from several weeks to several months, and it becomes dark green to gray, and it has a creamy consistency and an odor of sulfur and ammonia. So yeah, that.
sounds like my cousin.
Oh,
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what, Steve? That brings us to a good point. We have some messages from some punk rock foodies and some of their weird foods. So, hey, Skate Rat, why don't you take us to a song, and when we come back from break, we'll go over some of the members' messages that have told us what are some of the weirdest foods they've eaten.
You're gonna go over the members.
The members.
another round of greasy Mexicans. Keep them coming.
Oyster shooters all around.
Yeah.
People sending in pictures of their members.
Warm mayonnaise for Sanders.
Do you want me to forward the pictures on to you, Kevin? Is that it?
I'll forward dick pics to. I can't remember what's the email.
Don't worry about it.
Punkrockfoodies at gmail.
Close enough.
Kevin Wells is a pussy at gmail.com.
I think somebody already owns that. A couple of people own that.
I think that really needs to be the new Punk Rock Foodies website or email.
We could change it on Facebook. All right, Skate Rat, take us out of here.
All right, we got Black and White by the Subhumans today, guys.
Subhumans, Punk Rock Foodies Radio.
on, E. We got it covered. We can stop anytime, anytime, anytime. Come on, E. It's just a party. Let's go to party town. Then we can party down. Come on, E. Check out my funny hat. My name is Randall. I wrote you this song. Can't you see that all we need is one night to release it? Bound to be the last in all of history. Come on, E. Raise your glass to the sky. Drink to the song that plays. Olden days, whatever. Just wanna get radical. Don't be a bummer. Look at that summer day. The sun is rising once again.
Can we have just one night without all this self-destruction? I just love my husband, can't live without him.
Come on, E. We're going easy. It's just a party. Time to get gnarly. Come on, E. Try to go easy. My name is Randall. It's nice to meet you. We are always here to make you laugh.
Come on, E.
And that was Lagwagon with E Dagger.
Let's do it.
We just did it.
We're doing it, dude.
That was Lagwagon with E Dagger. Song about Fat Mike's now ex-wife. Here on Punk Rock
Come on.
Foodies Radio.
I think the greasy Mexicans are getting it, Kevin.
They usually do.
I think that's right.
Okay, so that we talking about weird foods. Sorry,
Treat called the greasy Mexican.
drink it up, bro. So we're talking about weirdest foods, like weird foods we've eaten, and we've got some responses on the Punk Rock Foodies Radio Facebook page about weird foods that other people have eaten. Some are weird, and some, I don't know, I personally feel like it's not a big deal. You know, we got a lot of the Vegemite. A lot of people said Vegemite, and I've had Vegemite, and I think it tastes like shit, but the Australians have chimed in and said it's delicious. But I guess it's
Isn't it just Vegemite?
I've never tried it.
You say it weird.
Vegemite?
It's weird.
No,
Veg, Vegemite? Isn't that how they say it on the song
Vegemite.
Down Under?
She gave me a Vegemite, sang
Yes,
Vegemite.
exactly, right.
not
I
Vegemite.
don't, well, whatever. It's fucking, I think it's gross.
You sound like a fucking American, bro.
That's weird.
It's so weird.
So like Mike Zimmerman said, the weirdest probably kangaroo sausage, and we've heard from people, like, well, who was it? Ken Conti said...
Dan Barkley eats kangaroo dick.
Well, and was it...
Is that what he's just... Is that what
He didn't say that.
he's talking about? Dan Barkley?
He didn't say the kangaroo dick.
Oh, if he doesn't admit to it, no, but there's videos
Oh, okay.
out there.
Well, that's different. But then Ken Conti said he's had it and he didn't like it. Who's the guy from Vandals? Joe Escalante said he loves kangaroo. Or said it was good. He didn't say he loved it. And then Jason Anderson said it's the nastiest fucking shit you'd ever eat. And he's Australian and a chef. So, but this Mike Zimmerman also says that he's a redneck buffet: squirrel, bear, deer, grouse, rattlesnake, moose, duck, pheasant, goose, and gator. And I've eaten all that. I mean, that's...
We call those Wednesdays in the South.
Well, actually, though, we had, growing up, we had a thing we called 25-cent BB night. And it was like a stew of rabbit and squirrel and grouse and pheasant. And when you got a BB, you got a quarter. and which I guess was a small price to pay for a chipped tooth. But
Yeah.
I hated that. I would like rip through the meat to try to find the BBs because I didn't want to fucking bite down on a fucking BB.
Oh, oh, talk about interrupting your food mid-bite.
No shit, man. You ever get an eggshell? Like when you're eating scrambled eggs? Like, that's nothing compared to a BB, and that sucks.
It's like the bones of a fish.
Yes.
It's like the bones of a fish, though. Anytime I eat wild game, like real wild game, not duck in a Chinese restaurant, you chew softly because it's almost like expecting to find a bone in there.
I hate fish for that you have to do that.
I know.
Like I like halibut because you're gonna get the steaks that you can just go ahead and chew without caring.
Yep.
But like salmon, I've always had to sit there and feel like a whale, like blading your food or something. Like fishing out the bones before. It's just
I'm not a bit that when growing up with fish, like the bones. I fucking hated that. Like,
yeah, I'd rather do BBs than fish bones.
Well, and you can actually pick through and find the fucking BBs. With the fish, those bones are
translucent half the time, along with the fish meat.
Man, but I can see a BB resulting in a dentist trip.
Well, right. Was it worth the 75 cents, Mom?
I won. I got 5.
Well, actually, but my brother had a friend. My brother had a friend who came over one night for a sleepover, and we had that for dinner. And it was like it was a fucking lottery. Like, oh yeah, like every time then, can we have 25-cent BB night? Every time he was coming over. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Just look at him like, this is stupid.
That poor Kenny you brought over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor kid comes over for the free meal and 75 cents.
And a chipped tooth.
But hey, that kid was punk rock.
Here we go. Katie Dixon. Katie Dixon has some weird shit here. This is what she says. Probably not too weird, but as an 18-year-old from the Midwest, it was indeed chilled jellyfish soup for breakfast.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking gross.
What? I mean, I don't care if you're from the Midwest or the.
And when I say pretty fucking gross, I mean that's really fucking gnarly gross. What the fuck is the matter with you?
isn't that just like fish jello? That's fucking gnarly.
That's like I don't know if she really ate that or if that's something she saw in SpongeBob. Like,
yeah, right. I'll take a Krabby Patty and some jellyfish soup.
Chilled, please, like a gazpacho. Well, she said it was in China. It was in China. So, China's got some weird... That whole Asian culture,
Yeah.
like, they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
But not saying that that's wrong.
The internet pictures of the baby soup.
Have you seen him eat the live octopus?
Yes.
I couldn't do it. If you don't curl it around the chopstick just right when you try to shove it halfway down your throat, because it's alive, it
Suction
will
cup.
untangle and aspirate you on the way down.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, super. What a great way to spend my trip in China. Wondering if tonight will be the night that I choke on my dinner. I was on a date once at a Japanese restaurant, and I ordered a quail egg piece of sushi, a piece of nigiri sushi. And, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought the egg would be cooked, like the little piece of omelet egg sushi that you can order. And so they brought it out with this little raw quail egg dumped on the top of a ball of rice. And I tried to play it off and was like, oh, I ordered this for you. And he was like, oh, I'm not eating that. You should really eat that. It was the first date. I fucking ate it. It was the most disgusting thing.
And then he saw you put that in your mouth and then realized, hey,
And he thought, oh, tonight's going to be great.
This chick will put anything in her mouth. It's gone.
if she'll put that in there.
And I showered today. What was I thinking?
Okay, so let's move on. Here's some of the other posts.
I think I saw Tim Vest made a post that he ate a plate full of ants.
Yeah, and when I saw his post, I saw the word Cambodian cat, and then I realized when I read the whole thing, he's referring to a person who's Cambodian, not an actual cat. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but he said he ate a chick in an egg thing. What's that called? A poulet? Like
Balut.
a balut. That's it. Why am I thinking poulet? I don't know. But
Yeah. I can't do that.
I've seen that on Survivor, and I'm like, that you can't do that. Like, there's no way. You chewing on the beak?
Nope.
Like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't care how fucking hungry I am. I'll eat sand before I eat that.
Steam them, I guess, but no.
And then he ate a plate of ants. Beer does amazing things to your taste buds.
Insects
But it doesn't
were
say if
big.
the ants were dead or alive. Like, were they alive?
It doesn't say. It just said then the guy showed up to my place with a plate of ants. I drank a few more beers and ate the plate of ants.
Oh.
I gotta say, I bet they're cooked. 'Cause, I mean, you can't just keep a plate of
Dude, when I was in
unless it's a covered plate.
When I was in Mexico, I saw a guy pick up fucking earwigs off the ground and toss them on his taco. And eat the taco with earwigs, live earwigs.
I better be on a TV show for that.
Yeah, right? There may be
Like a
monetary
Survivor,
compensation.
like in the middle of the woods.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, just strolling through Mexico and eating that shit. Nah, I ain't gonna fly. Oh.
Would you eat
No
flies?
thanks. No.
Nah.
Not on purpose.
I'm sure we all have. Here, Randy Cochran. What about drank? It's kind of like eating a cocktail of water from a fish bowl, a raw egg, and a bunch of salt and sugar.
It just reeks of salmon.
That reeks of drunken party night. Like, that's not like I went to a restaurant and ordered this, you know?
Yeah, no, that sounds like somebody was like, "I'll give you $5."
I was, yeah.
At
you know
a time
what?
when $5 was like $50.
Here it is. I was dressed like a ninja. What am I supposed to do? Just walk by a dare? I don't think so. That would be against the ninja code. But you know what? And when you think about the entire thing, let's see. You got salt and sugar, no big deal. A raw egg. I mean, I put raw eggs in smoothies from time to time. So it's just really the fishbowl water. Well, I mean, who hasn't drank some bong water every now and then? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Not on purpose.
Well, I didn't say on purpose. I just said,
God, the worst is when you go to someone's house and they have it and it's like there's too much water in it, but you've already started your rip, so you have to finish it. And you just take this whole rip of like water, just
splashes
like,
up,
water splashing all over your lips.
And you realize they haven't cleaned it in like a year.
But I've already committed to the rip, so I'm not going to stop mid.
Dude.
You just kind of soldier through and.
I carry wet wipes.
commit
Is
to
it
the rip.
rude that I wipe them out? Like, I don't know where you're going has been. I'll wipe them out.
The OCD pothead.
Well, and I'm a girl too. I don't want my face to break out.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm like, if there's 10 of us at a party, yeah, wipe that sucker down. I've been to parties though where if you have like a head cold or something, they will roll you your own joint because it's like, no, don't. Don't
That's
touch
good.
that.
We got to keep meningitis to itself.
I would love to go
Yeah.
to those parties and just pretend like I'm sick all the time.
Yeah.
Man, I got another cold. Roll me a solo one. Thanks.
I don't like you fuckers anyway.
One time in college, I made this dude, one of my buddies, take a bong hit of fish food. That was pretty awesome. It was a huge bong, so he couldn't see where what I was packing.
You didn't tell him?
Man.
Oh, no way.
Even better.
And how fucked up did he get?
Talk about choking.
All right.
I took a bong rip of tobacco once. That was pretty brutal. Just like straight tobacco, like a whole like a 3-footer of it.
Shit.
Ooh.
That's like 12 cigarettes.
No, dude, it was so gnarly. So gnarly.
All right, so I think we have the winner here. This one is, this is an insane. I think I don't think it's crazy and weird in the fact of what the food is, but when you hear the story. So this is Joella Pack. All raw vegan Thanksgiving dinner. So just let that set in, like that. Just think about like Thanksgiving dinner is. The whole idea behind Thanksgiving is that we survived the winter and we had a good harvest, and now we're going to eat every fucking thing that we can find. There were deer, there was every fucking fowl, goose, duck, whatever, all the shit that they could pull out of the bay there up in Plymouth, and and this is a all raw vegan Thanksgiving dinner. Now,
I don't even want to eat the pumpkin pie at dinner.
Oh, sweetie, wait till you hear this. Here we go. Ready? Including raw peppers stuffed with raw carrot. Why you would waste the time stuffing it when you could just throw some pepper slices and some carrots on a plate, but okay. Wheatgrass. Oh wait, it was stuffed with raw carrot, wheatgrass, raw sugar-free cranberry sauce.
And a
Jesus.
gravy?
A gravy made with flour and water. That's
Oh, what?
That's matzah. That's uncooked matzah, right? I mean, that's like
that doesn't even make sense to
That's-
me. Like how? Why,
I think he's listing, though. it looks like he's listing... I'm so sorry. Shit.
no,
It looks like she's listing separately.
No.
though, Like,
no. It was.
wait, so... Cause
Go ahead.
is
would you put the cranberry sauce and the wheatgrass and the gravy in... over the peppers? Because now I'm like...
But like, why would you stuff peppers? They stuffed peppers with raw carrot, wheatgrass, raw sugar-free cranberry sauce, and then a gravy made of flour and water. Or maybe the gravy was its own separate gravy for what? Like, but there's no fucking turkey or stuffing. Like,
What is the... Yeah.
is this the kind of thing that you do when you just want to like get rid of a set of friends? It's
Okay.
like, I don't ever want to see you motherfuckers again.
No one
so
will come
fuck
to
you
my
guys.
house.
you know what,
Yeah.
Steve, that's a great point. But okay, so I actually know Joella, and I got the rest of the story. So this was back when she was a teenager. Her mother was invited to this Thanksgiving, and so she went ahead, obviously, and she was, she's not opposed to anything. She eats vegan from time to time. She's, but she said it was just so fucking weird. And then on top of that, she goes on to tell me that the woman who hosted the party had to be hospitalized later on, not after the party, because her stomach descended, or she had that like big belly that you see like orphans and
distended.
yeah, that's it. Sorry, like orphans in Haiti, they just get the like big belly.
Yeah.
Her husband, however, who ate the same way, did not get hospitalized because guess what?
He went to McDonald's afterwards.
He was sneaking Big Macs on the side.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
I mean, hey, go ahead and eat raw. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, this is delicious, honey. Oh.
But I mean, this was like over 20 years ago. I mean, even then, like, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention too much to the vegan scene, but I feel like there's definitely been a upheaval in what we need as vegans to survive. But back then, clearly this woman was clueless.
That's just classic vegan behavior. Vegans being vegans. Oh man, that's not. No buffalo balls. No Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, none of that. I mean, my dad's had that, but he, of course, doesn't follow Punk Rock Foodies Radio because, well, that's the kind of guy he is. We do have, actually, Mike Zimmerman posted again. He said he had a grasshopper shooter.
That sounded good.
Kind of did. It was weird. It was rimmed with
I
cinnamon,
would try it.
Mexican chocolate, and ground toasted grasshoppers.
Because I've had chocolate covered grasshoppers. So that's like honestly the weirdest as far as what I actually consider weird.
Yeah.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've eaten. But
Oh, those are crunchy as fuck, huh?
they're what I didn't hear you.
They're really crunchy, right?
They are, yeah. The ants, when you guys were talking about cooking ants,
Yeah.
I've heated them, not on purpose, and they like explode. I don't know. You'd have to have.
I used to heat them all the time with a magnifying glass. You ever do
Yeah,
that?
like that's.
No, but I actually saw, not the same, like the fucking insects. There was a candy store I went to in Pittsburgh, and they had they had crickets that were like seasoned with shit. There was like bacon and cheddar like seasoning on them, and I was like, I don't know, man. That's I like if you're standing in a candy store and that's what you go for, like There's like
You're doing it all wrong.
there's like chocolate and gobstoppers and nerds and you know what? I want the crickets that have been dusted with that cheese powder that's on Cheetos, please. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I go right for the chocolate covered bacon. Jesus.
We get a bag of that. Oh. Yeah. No thanks. Oh.
Fucking A. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Punk Rock Foodies members, for joining in on this episode. There'll be more to come, so please pay attention. Don't forget to follow Punk Rock Foodies Radio on Facebook. And as well be a member of Punk Rock Foodies.
We've got Bam Margera coming up next. You're listening to Punk Rock Foodies Radio, and this is AFI with Midnight Sun.
Went down on the side of the road, what I saw at the edge of the sea. Only those elements time cannot wear. And they follow what seeped out through the cracks in time. What looks out the color in me. Water with the infinity. Beyond and through our time, our sail. Beyond and through our time, our sail. What flew in with the great gale? What weighed down the falling leaves? What came forth from the remains? What has always lived and gone and seen? What has caused the night to fall? Who speaks of eternity? Who awaits to not eternally? Beyond and through all time, our sail. Beyond and through all time, our sail. Beyond and through all time, our sail. Beyond and through all time, our sail, our sail, our sail. Through our
Right now we've got a special guest, Mr. Bam Margera, professional skateboarder. You may recognize him from the Jackass show and movies as well. He's got a band he's in now called Fuckface Unstoppable that will be touring in Australia in May. Bam, how are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Studio right now recording, so trying to get away from the noise.
Gotcha. So I've seen Fuckface Unstoppable described as hip-hop, but hip-hop doesn't really seem to do it any sort of justice. For people who have never heard Fuckface Unstoppable, how would you describe the music?
It's all over the map, really. I mean, we got punk stuff, we got some hip-hop stuff, we got metal, rock. I mean, you're going to get a little bit of everything.
Now, how did the band initially form?
I was, like, getting up to do gigs and stuff, because I used to run a club here in Pennsylvania, and, you know, if, like, Clutch or somebody came to my club, like, I'd get up and maybe sing a song with some people, and, I don't know, I liked it, and I had a good time. And then, I got Chad from CKY, my brother from CKY, and, we started just doing some stuff here and there, and, then all these booking agents called, and then started booking tours, and then pretty much been on tour ever since.
You guys are heading down to Australia. What can people expect to see at the live show?
It's going to be all over the map. It's going to be a good fucking rock and roll show. I don't know. You might see my drummer get tased in his balls. I don't know. Anything happens. every show is kind of different. That's the fun in it.
Will you guys embrace the local Australian custom known as bubbling?
What is it?
Bubbling?
Bubbling? What's that?
It's where, apparently these dudes in Australia have been call this thing bubbling, but they essentially just piss in their mouth. But their own they take their own piss and they piss in their own mouth.
Nice. Well, if they saw my video, then they know all about it.
Speaking of Australian customs, do you partake in the local Australian foods?
I always do seafood when I'm in Australia because it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
I get a Cooper's. Good beer.
What's that?
Cooper's. That's like good Aussie beer, man.
Oh, okay, Cooper's, gotcha. Now,
yeah, that's my favorite beer down there.
Okay. I'm sure you've eaten your fair share of strange foods, you know, with Jackass and all the videos. What's the weirdest thing that you've eaten?
I broke down in Thailand, the Lamborghini once, and I had to eat crickets. Basically, these villager people like helped me get my car into the mechanic shop in Thailand, and they offered me dinner, which was like boiled crickets, and me and Ryan Dunn had to eat them just because they'd probably be offended if I didn't. So that was an interesting meal.
What would you equate the taste of crickets to?
Oh man, yeah, it's bad. It's like it tastes exactly how it looks. Very buggy and just disgusting.
What kind of stuff do you normally eat on tour? Do you try to go out to restaurants? Do you drink more than eat?
Usually, like the club will just order dinner for us. So
okay, whatever's
I don't know. It's usually like Vietnamese or Chinese or pizza or whatever the fuck. You know?
Okay.
Whatever's close to the club.
I read that you had to cancel part of the tour that was scheduled for New Zealand because apparently you have a lifetime ban from the country.
Yeah.
How did you get banned from New Zealand?
Well, I was on tour with CKY there a bunch of years ago, and some Marilyn Manson-looking bitch roofied me, and I was basically laying on the floor of the Auckland airport, and they didn't let me get on the plane, and I got a little agitated, and they didn't like that too much, so they basically banned me for countless years. I don't know exactly how long, but yeah, it's bad news.
Is that the only country you've been banned from?
Let me think.
Seems like Canada.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, New Zealand. I don't know. They didn't like me too much.
When you're at home, are you a cook? Do you cook for yourself at home, or what do you do for food at home?
My wife Nikki usually makes something.
Okay.
I can make like basically spaghetti, and that's about it. I'm half Italian, so it just comes with the territory.
Are you in the camp that calls it sauce, or are you the camp that calls it gravy?
I call it sauce, but my family calls it gravy because they're full-on Italian. Like my dad's side's full-on Italian, so they make all the zoop and all that Italian shit.
Well, hey, that's pretty much all I got for you today. Is there anything else you want people to know, either about you or anything you're working on other than Fuckface Unstoppable?
Yeah, I'm doing a new movie too called I Need Time to Stay Useless. I've been working on it for like 2 years, so hopefully I'm going to get it out this year. I'm hoping to play a little bit of it before the show in Australia, so hopefully that'll come together.
Awesome.
I'm trying to get the reel together right now.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Bam.
Well,
Punk Rock Foodies!
All right, thanks a lot, everybody here at the Vicious Pig Saloon. I'd like to thank Kevin, Steve, Brian, Skate Rat. I'd like to thank Bam Margera for calling in and talking to us a little bit. I'd like to thank all the punk rock foodies who submitted some of their weirdest foods to give us something to talk about. Don't forget, on Punk Rock Foodies Radio, on the Facebook page, Punk Rock Foodies Radio, you can, submit requests. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Give us some ideas. We're more than happy. Not that we're running out of ideas, but, you can be a part of this, too. You are a member of the group. Check out Burning Rose Studios and MRF Records, and check out Punk Rock Foodies. Facebook. 3,100 members. They're getting close to 3,200 members. Great food pics. Great recipes. You're missing out on some awesomeness. All right. Bone Ape Tit, everyone.
To the imitation zone. Forget it, brother. You can go it alone.